Hey Momo. Oh, did I forget to change the game? Change my title. Isn't that enough? I'm gonna try to run a timer this time. We're gonna see how well I do at actually splitting and how good my timing is and stuff. But yeah, I think I'm all set up now. Uh, so I'll go ahead and kick us off. I'm gonna be late on the first split, obviously. Okay. So this is Walk's world record. This I think is a pretty like famous one. Like I think that this is the oldest world record that a lot of people maybe have heard of or think about or whatever. I'm not really sure why that is, but it was like one of the first old world records that I learned about. Like Moogle Mod used to reference it and stuff. It is a lot faster than the previous world record. So the previous world record was TSA's 140.18, which was cheated. The real previous world record was a 141.56. So this is like 4 or 5 minutes faster than that, depending on how you think about it. I don't know what all the improvements were that caused that or why it was such a big discontinuity. But I guess we'll get to see some of it. We're not on Japanese yet. There is a world record um, coming up soon that is Japanese because it's by a Japanese guy. But I don't think that Westerners adopt Japanese until Crystal. You see we're already like 3 seconds behind here or whatever, just from the text, I guess. I don't think he's done anything that loses that kind of time. His movement wasn't perfect in the courtyard and stuff, but we've got this strat. I don't remember if we had that in the last one or not. Oh, wow, interesting. Wonder how much time that actually loses. It costs you some diagonal movement time, but I don't know how the stairs compare to the hop. I've never really thought about it. We're dodging the I-beams. I'm pretty sure that we were already doing that in the previous run. What's up, Heidi? What a time to be alive. I'm pretty sure we're still on gold and silvers at this point. I guess we don't need to worry about that yet. Cool. Well, thanks for popping by. Hope you're doing well. We don't know about stair drag yet, apparently. I think this might be one pot. You don't need to move down at all to throw the pot. Like, you can be aligned with the wall there and still hit the guy. It's a little bit easier to hit him if you're a little bit lower, but costs you some movement. Oh, I meant to check big key time, but I didn't. I think that... I just don't remember what good times leaving that room are. This stuff all looks like basically fine. The weird movement leaving, or like going through this room the last way was the only like real noticeable strat difference so far. But there's a lot of stuff like extra anti-pumps and things like that. Just lacking in the small movement optimization. Not doing stair drag. I wonder when stair drag shows up. Stair drag canceling. That's a really clean doorway entry. Although you actually want to be one pixel off. Oh yeah, people did this for a long time. taking those stairs there instead of staying on the ground level. Another thing I've never really timed. I just sort of trust that the people who have timed it are right. So when you nudge going downwards, you get one free frame of nudging. So normally what happens when you start a nudge is first you do all, like if you're going left, first you do all of your left movement, and then on the next frame you nudge 1 pixel towards wherever you're gonna line up with. But when you're going down, you get the final frame of downwards movement and the first frame of nudge movement on the same frame. So yeah, so you save 1 pixel. You just get 1 free pixel. I don't know why it happens only down, but the more you know. Oh wow, we're just really expecting bad luck here. That's funny. That's really, really good lineup too. He's had some very good lineups. Oops. Oh, shit. I forgot. I'm trying to split. That was a little bit late. So it was probably like a 603. But a lot of that difference, like, that's a lot better than a 603 on Japanese is, right? He lost several seconds to text. But he also lost several seconds to, like, a bad key rat and not cutting diagonals very well and, like, not the fastest ball in chain fight and stuff like that. This looks like it's deliberate to bait this guard. I remember in the last one that we watched, the TSA's second illegitimate world record, I remember that he did that as well. He baited that guard successfully, but it wasn't clear to me that he was doing it on purpose versus just like transitioning at some height. But that one looked very deliberate to me. He was just like so high. There's no reason that you would do that naturally unless you expected it to have a reason. But I guess it could be, but it looked pretty on purpose. That's fine. I probably would have slashed there too, although I would have been lined up because I line up with the other wall. But I'm pretty into slashing that guy. That looked like just being careful. I feel like we might have seen... Oh wow, going above this guy. Maybe we don't know that you can beat the blue guard yet with good movement. Walk around these guys, very reasonable. Maybe we should start looking at the prize packs. I'm pretty sure that this one is legitimate. I've never heard anything against Walk. As far as I know, he just like learned this run and did this world record, and that was kind of, you know, he didn't stick with the game forever, but he got good at it for a while, and nobody ever accused him of anything. So I assume it'll all be above board. Oh, this is yeah, we're avoiding risks that don't exist there. There's no reason to move upwards there. That's okay. This isn't really supposed to be a PB review. I should maybe cool it on that stuff. I just like notice all that stuff. We're skipping the arrows. That's interesting. I'm a little surprised by that. When I saw TSA do it, I imagined it was because of lack of knowledge. Not that it's that likely that they didn't know where the air pots were. Yeah, yeah. I mean that stuff for sure. I'm like not trying to point out. It does really seem like he knows about clean door entries. Like that was not a perfect door entry, but it was pretty good, and it all seems like quite deliberate. I feel like he is trying to avoid diagonals on doors and stuff. Nudges and drags. and doing so pretty successfully. That, of course, was not a drop that we need to go back for. Yeah. I mean, that's fine. I don't remember what TSA's arrow route was. I feel like he got a lot of pots in the Circle of Popos, maybe. I think it took a long time for the really good strats in this room to be developed. The strat that most people do now, where you just fire the arrow and don't do a slash or anything like that, is you have to be pretty good at it for it to be consistent, and so I imagine it was not easy to find. The variation where you just do one slash at the rightmost popo is fairly easy, but yeah, so we gotta get arrows here. Yeah, okay. Oh, wow. I don't know how much faster it is to get to do the like modern arrow route. Getting the pots in that Circle of Popos room is quite slow, but you do get to skip a relatively slow pot as well. Alright, so we don't have the modern Armo strat yet, but that was fine. That looked okay. Oh, let's split. Oh, I have an extra column that doesn't do anything. Fix that. Excuse me? Let's see if I can just add... There we go. So it's a 5:15 Eastern, 11:19 overall Eastern. That's like, honestly, not that bad. Oh yeah, we don't have super speed. Not even available, much less known since we're on US. Like an 11:19 Eastern time. If you adjust for all the text, it's probably more like an 11:10 Eastern time, which is like, you know, fine. It's like low 1.3x quality probably. I think most 129 runners are starting to get sub 11 Easterns. Or like are definitely getting them, but maybe not every run kind of thing. Although people certainly have different specialties. So that's a pretty slow book time. You can kind of see how much time super speed saves in Eastern. That book time was like 6 seconds slow or something. That's funny. There's better movement on this screen, but it's okay. A lot of people don't know the spin speedless movement. I expect we'll see it pretty soon in the next episode or a couple episodes from now. Not the next one, probably. Do we have modern dash lines in Hyrule Field yet? Looks like no. I am curious to look into this and see how it compares to our modern dash lines. It looks like it should be like competitive, but I guess all the extra lag and stuff is not great. We are all the way to the left to read the tablet. That's great. Good job. Oh no, we're doing the A0 strat. We at least picked up um the Aeropod there though. Yeah, for sure. It does feel like it is a big jump. Like it's a 4+ minute time save over the last world record that we have history of. I don't know. Like I feel like there must have been some work between that one and this one that's just lost to us. Like probably Walk himself had, a 138 or whatever that he just didn't submit to SDA because the sort of ethos was very, very different at the time. Like that's a very modern compass room strat. Like that was well done. So I imagine that there's like a lot of smaller jumps that we didn't get to see. So what we actually see is this very big jump where a lot more of the rooms seem like they're sort of being done more or less correctly. And like I keep noticing, he has a very clear emphasis on like clean door entries that of course continues to be extremely important to this day. And stuff like that. The movement is definitely more understood or more optimized or whatever. Oh, I didn't even notice. I was fiddling with something else, but of course we got Saha rupees. We don't know about tree rupees for a while yet. Oh, well, okay. That dash is not very optimal. At least he did go for this slope dash, though, right? Like, clearly the idea was there. Also, I think that movement is actually faster for the TAS, because you get to charge your dash while waiting for the key to drop. But for humans, you get better times doing the key dash. And it appears that we don't know about key dashes yet. I'm a little surprised by that. I feel like even just playing this game casually, you will get a key dash here and there. Like it's not... You have a 1 in 4 chance without doing any setup, right? I'm surprised that nobody has like figured it out yet. But I guess I don't have a real feeling for how many people were talking about this and optimizing and thinking about stuff, right? This is interesting because his timing has been pretty good on the first arrows. Obviously that one wasn't, but he's just being very passive. He's like not... He doesn't trust himself to shoot 2 arrows. Maybe that's because he's shooting from above where it's less reliable. You really want to be standing to the left or right of them, and part of the reason you do that is that you can pretty reliably get 2 arrows in them. Yeah, they just like, oh. Oh yeah, I think we saw TSA do this too. They move, like if they are moving left or right, they're moving horizontally, they get more horizontal movement sort of immediately than they get vertical movement immediately if they're moving up or down for whatever reason, just like the pattern, the way that their heads sort of go. So standing horizontally is better. What's up, Spleeby? Thank you. Oh, that time we're not going for the slope dash. I don't know. And we also don't have the good movement here yet. The good movement here is so counterintuitive. Is this one spliced? I don't think so. I haven't been careful about watching the prize packs, but I don't think so. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that Walk was a cheater, and his time is still up on SRC, I believe. Yeah, I think that's fair. So he's playing at something like a 2-minute disadvantage. He's got about a minute of text, or like just generally not being on Japanese 1.0. And he's also, I'm pretty sure, going to get silvers. So this is sort of like a 134 level run if you adjust for those things. And like, this is definitely 134 quality gameplay, maybe better. What's up, Spaces? He's also at a significant disadvantage on strats, like we know a lot more strats now. He's just losing time by doing rooms in ways that lose 30 frames here and there. Hey, that's you! You don't get to claim that you're that skill level though, because you've only done like 2 runs. You have to take more measurements to get a more accurate estimate. True. One per year. You can see like there, I keep pointing this out, but he's being very deliberate about entering doors without nudging. Oh, I got so excited. I thought we were going to see the cool strat. I'm pretty sure TSA bombed this switch. Maybe I should lower my confidence. I feel like I remember that, but I could be wrong. We're doing the Malmo strat in here. Well, he used the boom to hit the switch. I think we're going to use it in the next room, too. The boom saves a lot of time in the next room, although not enough to justify getting it out. Oh, not dashing across. That's interesting. Dash across is good, both because dashing is fast and also because it gets the skeletons out of your way. This strat seems totally fine, honestly. It's quite hard to do that room fast, and that looked very easy and reasonably fast. We have learned that we can dash under the pit. I'm pretty sure we didn't know that in the last round. There are some jarring anachronisms here. Or not anachronisms. Oh my god, that's so scary. But, like, he has very modern movement in some places, and then he just isn't canceling stair drag, and I keep being, like very weirded out by it. We're raw dogging, yeah, we're raw dogging the bomb jumps. And I guess we don't even know about the dash thing yet, and he didn't even, like, pause buffer it or anything. It was very, very scary. Okay, holding your sword out there is, like, I see the idea, but I think on that pattern it was never gonna work. We don't know how to fight Moldorm yet, but I assume we're gonna survive since this run is a world record. Wow, okay. We almost got T-boned there, but we got away with it. Oh, gotta split, gotta split. No, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm like curious how this compares to other benchmarks, but I don't think there's any other interesting benchmarks to compare it to. I just realized that I should have actually started a new splits file. I'm just using my splits for this. But I could start a new splits file with the world record runs in it. Maybe I'll like copy this run over to a new splits file after this stream, and then have a benchmark for future runs. And we can just sort of grumble about the fact that shopping won't always line up and not worry about it too much. I can't remember the details now, but I feel like TSA's movement on this screen was really wrong, and this movement was like mostly right. So that's good. We figured that out. I'm counting the text boxes. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1 extra. Most of the item text boxes are 1 extra. Some of the longer text boxes are like not, or they're even shorter. Like I think the initial Uncle text is shorter in English, but like the second Uncle text is longer or something like that. I don't really know. We don't have the modern movement on this screen yet, although this looks like mostly fine. Actually, it might even be better if you're not getting tree rupees. I don't actually know the correct movement without tree rupees now that I think about it. It's probably just the normal movement. I see this from new runners and rando players and world record holders of the past, and I don't understand it. You overshoot where you have to go and then walk back left. I don't know why people are doing that. What does that get you? It gets you... I don't know. Right side strat. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. You get emotes, that's true. Oh, we're just unloading the whole clip on him. How many blue balls? I don't know. You could check. This run is up on SRC. Has anybody been watching prize packs? I continue to not be watching prize packs. We just didn't get any drops in Fairy Room, right? So we can maybe remember that for later. Okay, pretty good reaction there. This is funny. Yeah. Obviously pulling out the boomerang is not like the optimal strat there, but it's fine. That room sucks. Just get through it. I feel like the answer is more than 2. I feel like it's like 4. Oh my gosh, that was lucky. Not get quite hit off. This is the first section where it feels like we haven't figured it out yet. Like each segment has had rooms where we clearly haven't figured it out yet, and we don't have solutions to the bosses yet at all. But this is the first place where it's like almost every room is clearly not understood yet. There's work to be done to figure out the strats here. This room is a very difficult strat to figure out, so not at all surprised. We did get the arrows there. I think that TSA skipped those arrows. Year, that's a good question. June 2009. For context, the previous world record by TSA was in June 2005. So there's a huge gap where there was no progress, or the progress wasn't recorded, or it wasn't uploaded, or whatever before this run. The previous record was also 4 minutes slower than this. Almost exactly. 525 Aga Tower without any contemporary strats is like crazy, actually. He did save time not having to do tree rupees, so that's like 6 seconds or whatever, but still. I think that most 130 runners today would be pretty happy with, not like happy with the 525, but like I think this happens to people who are going for sub 90. Maybe I'm wrong. But I feel like this was a surprisingly good time for the knowledge that he was demonstrating. Is anybody counting? I wasn't counting. I think I saw one. Okay, so... Oh! Don't walk into him. Okay, so that's 3, and I guess it's just 3, unless I missed one. There was also a reported time... So the previous world record was 140.18 by TSA. Shortly after TSA's time, Rodrigo Lopez reported a 136.43, which would have been pretty comparable to this time. Perhaps it would have been basically the same as this time since it's probably SDA timing. But that almost certainly didn't happen. Rodrigo Lopez is just a rancid liar who, as far as I can tell, has never told the truth about anything. He got banned from Twin Galaxies years ago for lying about and faking everything that he ever claimed to have accomplished. And if I remember right, the only evidence of the run at all is a clip of like the last minute of the run with the timer. So obviously that didn't happen. Oh, wow. Wait. I forgot that we weren't going to be able to use math to determine the number of blue balls because the text is different length and I don't know how different. But that might have been more than 3 blue balls. I wasn't looking. The 3141 Light World is like it's not going to get you your first sub 90. Right? I mean, we know this isn't a first sub 90. But like he's definitely doing some things at sub 90 level, but then there's big knowledge gaps and things like bad Aghanim luck and so on. And then the huge text disadvantage. Oh, I wasn't looking. I think that was a pretty big hop, but I didn't look at the exact height. Big hop. Thank you, Spleeby. Not getting that bomb. I guess a lot of people don't get that bomb even now, but I think it's a good bomb. I was just expecting him to go up, but no, of course not. This is pre-ACM. I wonder what it looks like to do that screen really well with that strat. Because that looked like sort of unconfident. Like, where are you actually supposed to place the bomb? Where do you really throw it? What's the best way to handle the berry? Like, somebody would have to do a bunch of work to figure out the room for real. Do we have hammer jump? I feel like we do. No. Crystal... Hammer jump was Crystal Arrow, right? He even had the key dash, but of course we don't know about key dashes yet. Okay, so there's the ferry. I guess it's harder to preserve the ferry drop if you're doing this strat here. Even if you did know about how to do the prize pack room. Oh, I don't think you need this many rupees. I think you only need like 200 here, or 210 or something. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe you are supposed to get all of those. I guess now with... Brewery, or with Sea House, it's preferable to skip Brewery. Maybe now with Sea House, you get up to 595, and that gives you... Because you need 210 if you're going to buy Flippers and Red Sword, but if you're also going to buy Gold Sword, you need another 100 rupees, so maybe that's what we're getting the rupees for. I think that is probably what's going on. So I take it back, it was good to get that many, and now we need 15 from drops or whatever. What's up, buyer? Thank you. This is Walk, also known as !walk on Discord. I don't know why. Nice ammo counts, by the way. Yeah, Brewery is definitely the slower of the two. Honestly, that is a perfectly fine Mimic's room. Obviously, stopping for 10 arrows is a little bit silly, but... Bombs. Yeah, I think it's also just more out of the way. Walked a pixel. Oh, no. Oh, we're beaming this. I think we did something sillier in here in the last runs. Maybe I'm misremembering. You're gonna call. That's pretty good. Oh boy, we definitely don't have the strat in here yet. That one went fine, honestly, for just sort of going for it. I wonder how we're gonna approach this fight. I don't remember what TSA did. I think it was just 8 slashes, or maybe some spins. I assume we're not going for hammer hits yet. That's so dangerous. Requires so much skill to get away with. We are despawning it though, we have figured that out. Oh, we're just doing arrows. I guess that's why we stopped for arrows and Mimic. This was 2009. June 12, 2009. That's a 631 catch. I wonder how much time the text loses. It must be so distracting to run in English and actually be able to read the text. Like, it's nice that we run on Japanese and most of us can't read Japanese. You don't get distracted by your brain automatically processing text. Brain can be free to process chat instead. That's 631, I think. So that's 56 seconds. That's only about 3 seconds slower than English. Yeah, I must be reading text at all times or I'll go crazy. The Japanese file menu does say kill, yeah. Japanese games like to use English text in UI elements. Very, very common. Credit sequences also often have English text, even in Japanese games. Oh, I keep being like, what is he doing? But of course we don't have item dashes. We did kill the Permurderdactyl. I guess we didn't know about that strat yet. The P is silent. No, not not where I come from. Okay, we're having some trouble on this overworld. This is pretty clumsy. That was a kind of a weird one. Like, to me, it didn't really look like you needed to kill those guys to just dash. Maybe he was specifically trying to farm the hearts, because he did go pick them up afterwards. Oh yeah, so I wonder if we have Quick Warp knowledge yet, because that wasn't a Quick Warp, and it looked like he wasn't going for anywhere in particular. Or like, perhaps that he was going for lined up with the tree because he's used to it. But you wouldn't do that if you were familiar with Quick Warps. I wonder if we have a plan for the missing 15 rupees? Or if we're just hoping to get them from drops. Okay. Yeah. That's one way to get past that guy. I don't know. That screen sucks so much without super speed. Interesting place to flute. I wonder if we're doing some shopping here? Oh, interesting. This movement makes sense. I guess it's not as good as our contemporary movement. But it certainly makes sense. It's something I would try if I were trying to figure out how to do the screen. I've never tested it, but combination of this having to walk back downwards and getting extra bird cutscene time seems kind of bad overall. One thing he's doing, I've mentioned the clean doors a bunch of times. He's also pretty deliberate about getting slope dashes, it seems. It seems like he's very aware that that's fast. That was a really good screen. Oh, well, it was a really good first half of the screen. That makes sense. That seems pretty safe and simple and easy. Obviously some extra movement, but it deals with all the Zazak RNG pretty well, it looked like. I keep being like, you're not key dashing, you're gonna bonk. But of course he's not gonna bonk. He's not trying to key dash. Keeps freaking me out. Not going for the God Pixel. I wonder if it was known or maybe we didn't have setups. Maybe it just wasn't something he thought about. I'm like so curious about how collaborative strat finding was at this time. Not doing the Josh strat SMH. His menus have been pretty good. It seems like he clearly knows. Like, obviously he's made some mistakes, but it seems pretty clear that he has a plan in the menus. Like, he knows what buttons to press. Well, I just don't really know. Like, we clearly understand a lot of stuff at this point already, but there's also huge knowledge gaps compared to today. I'm really surprised about the key dash ones because I feel like they're just common enough that it should have happened to people. And then once it happens to you, you can like figure out why it happens, right? If you just dash at a door, it's a 1 in 4 chance to work. I'm guessing based on this behavior that we are not confident against blind. We get these arrows? Okay, good. We've been very arrow hungry and not very bomb hungry, honestly. I guess he got a couple extra bombs in pod from going to basement. Okay, that heart was a little silly, Walk. We already had full hearts. That wasn't a pun at all. Okay, wait, we have phase 1. Wow, we have 1/3 of the blind fight. That's cool. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he wasn't. I want to go back and watch it now, but I can't because I have a timer running. But that looked like he did phase 1 of the blind fight. So these Dark World splits are getting a lot hairier in terms of time lost compared to a modern run. Like he lost, let's say around 2 minutes compared to like a top 10 time. Oh shit, I forgot to split. In the first, like, getting to Aga Tower, getting to Aga's door. And he's basically lost another 2 minutes in just the first 2 splits of the Dark World. This is like, and I don't think it's like a, I don't think he's playing worse. I think the screens are much less well understood. I think there's just been a lot less optimization and understanding so far in these. A lot of these overworld screens are a little bit like, well, we know the order to do the screens in, but not necessarily the paths through them yet. That's the normal number of text boxes. Do we do the cool mirror bonk? No. The one thing I miss about the old strat is that the mirror bonk was cool. You like, what is it? You mirror really deep in the door, and then when you mirror in, you get instantly sucked into the door. But your mirror portal is also like, I guess you don't actually mirror bonk, but you get like instantly transported back. This is not the optimal number of dashes to do on this screen, but it was pretty close. You forgot the chest. Yeah. 4 dashes is a pretty surprising number of dashes to see, but that's okay. He was about 12 or 13 seconds ahead of a good Skullwoods entry because of skipping Brewery. He's doing the check strat in Mummy Room of walking over to the right before slashing for no reason. Then, of course... no, we have not moved past Silvers. I'm pretty sure we don't move past Silvers until Crystal. I think that was fine, actually, before he adjusted it. So we got up to 295 in Rupee Basement in Pod. And I've been curious what this plan for the rest of the rupees is. I'm guessing it's just drops. Maybe you get them in Skullwoods or something. Or not Skullwoods, Swamp Palace. There's a bunch of pots with rupees in them. But it seems like we're probably expecting some of them to come from drops. Oh. Oh. We're just not doing this bomb jump. I guess if you're just like trying to YOLO your bomb jumps, this one is a lot less time save, so maybe it's less worth it. I think that if you do that pretty well, it's like not that much time loss. It's like 15 seconds or something to do that strat, which I guess is similar to the Hera bomb jump time loss. So I guess I don't really know why you do one and not the other. Would be a wild gamble. Well, this guy doesn't have setups. He did the Hera bomb jump and he just tapped to the pixel. He didn't even pause buffer it or anything. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he did do the Hera one, though, so it wasn't completely unthinkable. I did message Walk and tell him I was doing this, but I messaged him like 10 minutes before I started. So I don't... It would have been cool if he happened to be around, but obviously that was pretty unlikely. I wanted to let him know ahead of time, but I can't plan on wanting to do this at any specific time. Oh my god. Oh! We're definitely not getting drop rupees? Oh, yeah. I was wondering if he would go out of the way for those, but no. So probably the plan is like either get lucky or like get a drop that's right in your way, or just get them in the Swamp Palace pots. I didn't check the crystal grab time. I wanted to kind of get a feel for how long the cutscenes are compared to Japanese, but I only remembered to watch Pod where it was about 3 seconds longer. Honestly, a 6 flat Skull Woods. Well, I was gonna say not terrible for this skill for, I mean, he's not like a 130 player. I'm trying to think of the comparison to a 130 player. I don't know why that's what's stuck in my head, but that's how I keep thinking about it. I was gonna say that's like not terrible if you're like going for sub 90. Like you're gonna get 6-minute Skullwoods once in a while. Like it's not gonna be on your PB probably, but like not that bad. But of course he did get like 12 seconds off of his time for skipping Brewery. Hey Twin, hey Chex. No, we've entered the era of legitimate runs. This is Walk. As far as we know, he's clean. He's already gotten like 4 drops from the fairy pack. 3 drops, maybe. He's definitely gotten the big magic. I don't know if I think he just got the big 20 in Skullwoods. This is strange shopping. So this is Quake. Sorry, this is Ether in Ice Palace, but not Ice Rod. It doesn't matter. You can do it whenever you want. But I don't know if I've ever seen this particular variation. That looked very dangerous. Okay, we're just getting pots somewhere, because that red 20 was actually probably faster than any other rupees he could find. Whew. Watch your magic meter. Oh no, the lag. Yeah, we don't have correct movement in here yet. We have, our light world looked pretty good. Like, it looked like we knew what we were doing in most screens until Aga Tower, basically. And then the quality of just, like, the strats involved really went downhill, basically as soon as we got inside Aga Tower. But obviously with exceptions, but most of the light world looked like pretty reasonable. And like, I don't want to be too critical. I think that the ideas on these screens are mostly pretty reasonable. They aren't the right ones because we haven't done enough research yet. But I don't think that he's doing stuff that's like dumb. Just stuff that like we have found better solutions over time. But it seems like we have come a lot closer to the right solutions in the light world than we have for the dark world by this point. I wondered about this, so maybe we are getting Ice Rod? Yeah. Not taking the portal. Not even water walking, SMH. I assume water walking doesn't work in English, but I've never checked. That was a really good flute menu. I assume that he was doing the hold A and time the left press thing. I'm really curious about that too, Spaces. I can actually... Oh, oops, we pressed B instead of Y, and now we don't have any magic. That's a kind of a scary mistake. I guess we'll probably kill some penguins. I actually have contacted Walk before and like actually gotten a response. I was never able to contact TSA or Mad Zombie, but I am capable of sending DMs to Walk, so I might ask him some questions. Maybe I don't know. It would be cool to do another Speed Trap episode with him, but I don't know if I really want to get back in that game. Oh boy. Okay, well, that's a tough room. This is interesting. I thought that TSA did this more modern-ish, where he got both of them with one bomb. I'm surprised that Walk didn't do that, unless I'm just misremembering. Oh my god, no, this setup is horrible! No, I hate it so much! Wow! Good job pulling it off. That looked awful. This is our first run with Ice Palace Bomb Jump, by the way. I'm pretty sure we did not have that previously. .502 bad gateway? On my ALTTP wiki? Why did nobody tell me? What if we just restart the web server? Will that solve it? Oh, that was pretty close to being... okay. It wasn't as close as I thought. I thought it was pretty close to being a 6 slash, but it looks like he didn't get all that many slashes. What's the button to make this show memory? I wonder why this is so slow. Oh, this time I got a 503. Good job. What's up, Mighty Mouth? .903 Ice Palace, but that's with full shopping, which adds like, what, 2 minutes? What is going on? Why is this so fucking slow? Ah! Stop, stop. It might be because my disc is almost full. Well, I wasn't really hoping to be a sysadmin while watching this run, so maybe I'll just let it be down for another half hour. Yeah, we don't have Silverless yet. I don't know exactly what the story on Silverless is. I don't know when I don't know if there's a gap between it being known to be possible before it's considered viable and fast, or if it was just like found late and immediately considered good, or just like whatever. Also, don't we have Torch Glitch available on US? So like, is that true? I can never remember. Yeah, but it's not obvious that that's real damage, Walmo. Like, you'd have to do 12 of those to have any confirmation that it's really damage. I guess you'd have to do 3 and be counting your silvers. So, I don't know. But, like, knowing that it's possible and then knowing the setups and whatever, like, it's a number of steps of information to get to a strat. Yeah, probably. I mean, there must have been a time, but it's possible that that time was like 1 hour if somebody with good knowledge of the game was thinking about it. Because, like, how can I put a hitbox there is, like, generally understandable. The thing about it is, I think that we will probably see in early runs, early silverless runs, I think we will probably see very poor relight management. And the fight is harder and slower if you're not, like, getting triples and confident with what's going on. But I think also you need the 1-on-1s before it probably seems like a good idea. Like, I just don't know. I wish I knew the history. No spooky, obviously. I guess that was just the strat for a while, right? Like, you use... Oh, no. You do the thing where you place the Samaria block low and dash up with the beam going. We're not at the level of using our last bomb here yet. This makes sense. It's kind of funny to see once you know the real strat, but... What are we doing in here? Okay. We have a lot of health, so we can just tank this. Yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure in his first run, TSA basically did this strat, but with, like, not enough hearts for it to be reasonable to be tanking everything. And then just, like, dodge the lightning a couple times. Like, the lightning just parted around him, you know, just got really lucky on it. Alright. We still need 8 rupees. I guess we're just... Oh, but... I mean, there are rupee pots in Swamp, but they're kind of annoying without hammer dashing. I guess we're just getting them anyway. Maybe a Felp will drop some rupees for us. But he's been not really going out of his way for any drops, so... Oh, we don't know about walking under the portal. Well, I guess there's no reason to walk under it if we don't know about Quick Warps. I wonder when we get Quick Warps. I know Crystal has Quick Warps, but I don't know when they show up. We do know about Quick Hops, yeah. I don't remember if TSA knew about those or not. I wonder what Walk's like practice was like. Because there's a very clear sort of dip in quality after the Light World. And I wonder if he just like did runs. Because he didn't have a practice hack, and I think he's playing on console based on like the capture. So I'm guessing he mostly just like did runs, and so that's why his Light World is so much better. Without save states or a practice hack or something like that, it's very hard to practice stuff. You could set up save files and just like, you know, you have 3 save files on your cart. You could have one where you save and quit after Agus Tower, and then another one where you save and quit after, you know, Ice Palace or whatever. And then like do runs from there. But it'd be very hard to grind out or test smaller regions. Oh boy, I thought he was going to hit there. Oh, we got 6 rupees somewhere. I wasn't paying attention. Oh. Getting bullied by that Medusa. Actually, I guess that's not a Medusa. It's just a different thing that shoots fireballs. But we're getting bullied by it, whatever it's called. And Swamp, I think, is one of the dungeons that's like the trickiest to sort of know how to get your way through the rooms. Like they're all weird and have a lot of enemy RNG and stuff, and you can really see it. Like we don't have like clean, precise plans to avoid all the problems. Spliceometer, there's no evidence of splicing as far as I can tell. I haven't been watching super closely, but like the drops have lined up when I've been paying attention, and this is like a relatively, like this run is still on SRC. Nobody's ever called it into question as far as I know. And it doesn't look at all weird. Like the TSA video looked weird. Like you see him getting bizarrely lucky on some screens, and like he'll do really boneheaded stuff and then have a few like incredibly clean screens or whatever. Walk's gameplay looks a lot more like normal. What's up, Scoopal? Okay, that was the plan. We're getting that pot. Okay. These pots in here are also all blue rupees, so if he had not gotten a couple drops, he would have been able to get those instead. Obviously, at this point in the evolution of the run, it's not important. You can just pick up some pots somewhere. You don't need to worry about trying to farm drops. Go 30 frames out of your way to save picking up a 45 frame pot or whatever. Like, that comes much later. That didn't look, that kind of looked like his brain short-circuited and he pressed Y instead of whatever he meant to press. Or maybe he just meant to press right first. Why do we have him going to the left? This, I see this so often. The last world record did it too. I see rando runners do it sometimes. It doesn't even make sense as like a default. It's just very visibly not as efficient. I don't get it. Thanks, Broccoli. I just saw the new Daily Tea post. Aw. That was a good swim until he just missed the landing a little bit. This fight sucks without the good strat. I guess that's not really true. It's fine. I was thinking, maybe I was thinking of the Master Sword fight, which sucks. We're killing at the top of the room, which probably doesn't save any time, but maybe saves a frame on Crystal Grab or something. I haven't been paying attention to Crystal Grabs. That one was fine. Surprisingly optimal. That's good. There's some things that are like... I don't think this is one of them. I don't think Crystal Grabs were known for quite a long time after this. But there are some things that are like pretty... like up to snuff. Like his door entries have been really quite good. Yeah, I think this is the last English world record. Maybe Crystal's first world record is English or something, I'm not sure. Losing like 2 or 3 seconds on each Crystal cutscene to text. There's a table out there of all the text time loss, so there's not really any reason for me to be trying to think about it. I'll just look it up. Slope dashing also clearly something that he's taking into account in these rooms. I doubt we have Big Bomb dupe. I wonder if we get Big Bomb dupe before we get Silverless Ganon. Like, is there an any % world record that dupes the Big Bomb? Bad dog. I was saying in the last run that I had a feeling that this might be the first world record that looked modern, but that I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't look modern until Crystals. And I think this is about like halfway, right? Like some stuff, the Light World looked reasonably modern, like we had a lot of good ideas. The Dark World looks a lot less so, and obviously things like not having Silverless is a pretty big deal. But anatomically modern. This looks like if you go out and you watch somebody doing like a 133 runner today, it will look somewhat like this, you know? Little bit of a miss menu there. The menus have been pretty solid. Like, he doesn't always get the inputs right, but he does seem to have a plan for the inputs in general. Like, he knows what the menus are supposed to be. You think 133 runners today don't get silvers? I think that you're probably right. Probably people drop it in like the 135-ish area, like a little bit after they get sub 140. But yeah, I think that this is a 136, right? So I'm sort of accounting for silvers and the English difference. And if you like sort of squint your eyes and adjust for those a little bit, I think that the gameplay looks, you know, he's like kind of, if he knew Silverless and were on Japanese, this would be more like a 133, 134. So that's sort of what I'm comparing it to, compared to a modern runner. Yeah, a lot of rando runners, basically every rando runner just can do Silverless, so they tend to do that in NMG. Like, that wasn't the correct path through the menu, but it looked pretty, like, rehearsed to me. I certainly did not have my menus nearly this confident when I was this level. But part of that is just like when you're sort of playing at the forefront of knowledge, like a lot of the reason that I have a better time than him is that I know how to handle every room and he doesn't yet. And that was kind of funny. He's just sort of waiting for it to pass, I guess. And learning your menus is kind of an obvious thing you can do to save time. That's crazy. That's like worse than the Requiem magic. I'm so mad. Okay, if you're actually getting the Requiem magic, then it's totally unreasonable to get that small pot. I can't believe this. I take back everything good I've said. Also, yeah, having beams here is terrible. So hard to hit that guy with the sword instead of the beams. So that, I believe, is the second part, which means the next drop is, I'm not sure, rupees or arrows maybe? Bombs? Maybe it's bombs next. What's the, it's like heart, fairy, magic, rupees, heart, bombs, arrows? Is that it? Something like that? Oh hey, you have a hornet mask. GG checks. That seems like a perfectly fine plan to handle that RNG. That RNG is hard to do fast. Even if you know the strat, it's pretty hard. You had it before playing Hornet Game? Do you get it from watching Hornet Game? I guess I didn't really notice. Oh no, we're not spinning. We got bad RNG. Arrows. Hey, we cycled the pack. Oh, we got the 8-bomb drop somewhere. I wasn't paying attention. Do I have it? I watched some Hornet Game. I don't know if I can change my thing in this page. Subbing or gifting a sub while watching the Hornet Game. Oh yeah, we don't know about this yet. I feel like, I don't remember what it was, but I feel like TSA did something crazy in this room. This is fine. Whatever, we got through it. Just get here with enough HP to survive whatever happens. He is canceling his dashes like that with a back input, which is kind of funny. Classic sort of newer player thing. There we go. TSA held record in this game. TSA held the record in this game, except that it was cheated. So, you know, depends on what you think that means. But he had the top time on Twin Galaxies for a long time. Yeah, he's an inveterate cheater. My understanding is he cheated a lot of runs. Found with the Fourier transform on the audio. This one was found, presumably somebody was looking at it because of the OOT cheating. I think that's where he was caught. But this one is very obviously cheated because of the prize packs. But also, like, you can kind of tell the gameplay is not legit. He gets, like, too lucky. He, like, does strats on bosses that don't really work, and then they just, like, all work out and stuff like that. Yeah. Which is kind of funny to say that because Walk also did that strat, but Walk came into that room with like 9 hearts and then like tanked 1 lightning hit and then started dodging correctly. Whereas TSA came in with like 4 hearts or something and just like stood there and did not get hit by the lightning. It was great. Being lucky is not a crime. Is that a dream quote? No. His dick's out. Dick's out for Harambe. That's pretty funny. I like that. No, that's not what he means, Flippy. He means the ROM hash, not the seed hash. Like the checksum on your emulator. So he like ROM hacked Pokemon to give better odds or whatever. I assume. I'm sort of interpreting Broccoli's comment there, but that's how I read it. Whoa! We know to go in the left portal, but we think it's worth the time of picking up that pot, which is probably not. We have the bonk here. I think this was our first bonk. I think TSA just took the hit from the beetle. And here we try for the bonk, but we don't quite get the lineup, and then we take the hit as a backup, which is a good backup to know about. I'm pretty sure when I was newer, I saw the beetles coming and panicked and walked into the portal at least once before realizing that actually that used to be the strat and it works just fine to get across the transporter. It looks kind of like he was trying to do something cool to catch the like leftmost Armos there and got punished for it. Like his strat did almost work, like he had a strat and then it didn't quite work or whatever. In general, one of the things that is really underdeveloped at this point is the boss strats. The Argus fight was basically the modern Argus fight if you're not going for the quick kill. But pretty much all the other ones have been pretty scary by modern standards. He was like going for those arrows and then checked his arrow count and was like, nah, I don't need him, I don't need him. Oh, we just go straight down. That's funny. That's like, I don't know how to do this room quickly, so I'm just gonna take the hit and get out. Just walked the switch. Uh-huh. Oh, sick RNG. Oh, we're still Ether Gauntlet. I can respect it. I think until you have figured these rooms out, this is probably the best approach. It is very easy to lose time over Ether in these rooms. Oh, we're about to do it. Yeah, okay. I think this is the right choice. We don't really have a plan. Just make the problem go away. This is definitely sub 8 GT pace, but probably not actually going to be sub 8. His first Landmo fight was a little bit better than that. Probably a little bit of nerves being close to the end of the run. So in the first Landmo fight, for people who were not here, he was firing at the Landmos from above, and when each one spawned, he would fire one arrow into it and then go for more damage, however, usually with slashes, but occasionally with extra arrows. And his timing on the first arrows was actually quite good, but he was never going for double arrows, and my hypothesis is that... Oh, don't go for that. Oh no, that's... Okay, we got away with it, kind of. My thinking is that because he was firing from above, going for the instant double shot wasn't reliable. So he didn't know to try it or whatever, or it didn't work for him, so he wasn't doing it. And then at some point later, we find out that if you shoot from the side, you can get double shots more reliably. Oh my goodness. I guess it's not extremely obvious that the big magic in that room is faster than switching to lamp. So, yeah, that's not that weird. It looked very weird because I'm used to the new strat, but not crazy to do it this way. Are we gonna hover? No, I'm just kidding. Oh. Thought that was a poke. I guess it probably was a poke. I think slash plus poke kills on Gold Sword, right? Yeah. Gold Sword is so overpowered. Like, Tempered Sword is really strong. Tempered Sword, honestly, Tempered Sword is overpowered is really what I mean. The jump from Tempered Sword to Gold Sword is not that big, but Tempered Sword is just like kind of broken. Oh wow, nice catch on that one. Oh, that was almost like a pretty reasonable 4 cycle. I think it's gonna be 5 now. I think that was 5. Not bad. Almost had the 4 cycle. This is like an 830-ish GT. Respectable. $826. Oh no! Like 1 pixel low there. Oh, this is good. He knows they'll just like hold up left there. I used to do that movement when I did that variant of the strat. Okay, well that was a little scary, but we came in here with enough of a health buffer that we're gonna be fine. Weird to be waiting so far away from Ganon. On guard! Ooh, that left slash was scary. Yeah, I was wondering if we had time for this or not. GG block. So my initial split was a tiny bit late because I didn't sync it up or anything. I just like pressed it when I saw him start the file. But 136.16 is the time that I got when I retimed it, so it's correct to the second. Three-letter file name, yeah. Loses like what, a second or something? I don't know if anybody really knows. Every time I ask if anybody has done any work in actually figuring out how much time it takes, the only answer I've ever gotten is it's probably about a second. So as far as I know, nobody's ever actually done the work to figure out how much time it loses. But maybe it's about a second. That was a pretty good run. We've got a 31-41 Light World. That's with some number of blue balls, at least 3, maybe 4, plus some extra text or whatever. Light World, so it's a 2932 Agador, which is like 2 minutes off of my Agador, right? And then so that's like a pretty good Light World. Like a 2932 Light World is a pretty respectable Light World for like a newer runner. But then the Dark World is just like very clearly less well understood. It's like, it's not so much that the gameplay quality goes down. It's not like he's messing up a lot of strats. It's like we don't have as much knowledge of what a good strat is. We're doing less reasonable things when we enter rooms. We don't have the smooth strats that get us to handle all the RNGs correctly. For example, we did the check strat in Skullwood's Mummy Room. But it's just like a lot of things. Like the overworld pathing is not confident. We're like stopping to kill enemies that we don't need to kill, things like that. And that's just like, that just takes a lot of people a lot of time to like come up with all the right ideas on every screen. And so like, obviously this is 16-year-old world record. I don't know how active the community was then, but I don't think there were a lot of people working on this stuff. The check strat is where you move right out of the door for no reason before slashing the Baris. I'm just farming Punokos. Okay. Anyway, that's gonna be it for my stream for today. So I have kind of felt like streaming again lately, but my family is coming in town this Friday for like a week, and then my next week is like SGL basically. So I'm probably not really gonna like, maybe I'll stream again tomorrow or something, maybe not, but I don't really have a lot of window to stream again. But I'm hoping to get back into it after SGL. I want to play 7th Saga. The 0 viewers for a few days. But yeah, I haven't been in the mood for streaming lately, but I'm starting to feel it again. So hopefully get some more of that eventually. And I guess we can... Raid Spleevy. That's all for now. Yeah, I miss hanging out with you guys more, but hopefully soon. All right.